last week, we had a video, and I'm going to put a link to the video here. We had the launch of a delayed mission called PACE. PACE is a satellite that we send into the atmosphere to study very specific observations about Earth, to give us the data to better understand changes on our planet and for the biodiversity. So here PACE stands for what it will study. First of all, it will study planktons on our planets and oceans. We have aerosols in the atmospheres to better understand heat capacity of our atmosphere, but also how it influences the weather patterns. Study of the clouds, because the clouds is full of water, full of chemicals, but also it is a greenhouse gas. It's important to study. And oceans ecosystems. Ocean ecosystems being influenced by clouds, aerosols, atmosphere, and oceanic currents. All of these can better be studied here, because keep in mind that ocean ecosystems and plankton is a great source of oxygen for us humans here. Now, the reason why I wanted to have an update here today, so here on the blog, they gave us yesterday a quick update on the mission. So it's important to talk about some of these missions that have successes, because a couple of weeks ago we had the Peregrine mission that was supposed to go to the moon, and in the launch they had difficulties and they ended up going towards the moon, come back and be destroyed through the atmosphere in the Pacific Ocean 2 weeks ago. So when we have successes, it's important to celebrate them. So here we had on 7th, let's see, at 1:23 a.m. on February 8th, we had the launch. So here, the whole idea here is we want to have data within 60 days. So that means that we have a few weeks to get the equipment together, a couple of weeks to work with the sensors to make sure that we have data. And I'm sure there's some scientists that invested in this probe that will actually get data early so they can analyze it. We need to have a return on investment. That's important. And the next thing is everybody will be able to get access to this data. So indeed, since the 8th of February, so it's about 9 days, there was the launch. We made sure that the GPS was going all right, so we knew where we were. That gave us a chance to deploy the solar array to make sure that power could be turned on for all of the equipment. We also have power on all the 3 instruments. So the instruments are going well, they have power. And then we're working on the thruster to be able to align the probe to be exactly where we want to be. And therefore, we are going to be able to get data very soon. So from what we are going to see this coming week, we're going to calibrate the systems. We're going to make sure that we have the altitude, so calibrate the altitude to make sure that it is constant. Little movement in the atmosphere can affect the alignment of the sensors. And then we're going to make sure that the tilt is great, and then we'll be able to commission the system. Because keep in mind that the sensors are on that probe. We need to make sure that the probe is working well, to make sure that first it is safe for humans here on the planet, and we can get all the information. So that'll be interesting. So here we have a great picture when it was in the Falcon 9 SpaceX head of the rockets to make sure things are working. So it's quite exciting. This is a project, so some of you will be working on this data, and that's why it's important for me to share that. And there's advancement in technology for scientists working on the probe, but also all the scientists that can work with the data. I was looking at some projects. Some people are planning to work with AI to better understand the data so we can make better models for global change, for food production, and what's happening here on Earth. All exciting things. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Every week, I have several videos on different topics about space exploration, about environment, and also science. If you have any clarification questions or questions about science, put them in the comments below. I always respond to them and use your ideas for new ideas for the shows. And on this, I'm going to put a link to a new video here where you'll be able to, my face was away, so that you can learn something new, and I'll see you there.